last week the Guardians were not on a 7-game win streak like they currently are.
We're not.
They were going back and forth, winning some games, losing some games. And you said, essentially, I'm not buying into them.
Not buying.
I know what this team is.
Not
So
buying them.
after a
Not buying
7-game
them.
winning streak, Jay,
Right.
has this Guardians team reeled you back in?
How long have you known me?
4.5 years.
If you know nothing else about me, you know this. I am as fickle as they come.
Yes.
I have said many times on this show, I would never be a general manager. I would never be a good general manager. In fantasy football, if my first-round draft pick has 2 bad weeks in a row, I'm looking to dump him. I am, what have you done for me in the last 5 minutes? Hell yeah, back in on this Guardians team.
Let's go.
They went out, they mopped up a bunch of scrubs. And I don't care about that. It was, they went 6-0 on a road trip. Now, granted, they were against the 2 worst teams in Major League Baseball, but they get paid too, and you still have to win. It was how they did it in the last 2 games that made me stand up and say, oh, that's what they looked like last year in September.
Right.
Down 5-0, I turned the channel. I got an alert that we scored a run, and it was 5-1, and that's how quickly I'm reeled back in.
Same
God,
way.
it's red meat, 1 run. Let me get back there. I turn over, 2nd and 3rd, boom, base hit, 5-3. Let's go. We're back in this thing. And I can't change. I wish I could. Now listen, if they lose 7 of 9 on this road trip, I'm done with them. They're dead to me.
Yeah.
But I can't give up on them after I watched this baseball team come back from 5-0 and 3-1 in back-to-back games. There's something there. Are they a World Series team? No. They're a playoff team, though.
Just when you think you're out, they pull you
That's
back
why I
in.
hate this team.
I agree with you. What I like about this win streak is the way that they've been winning. It hasn't just been, one facet of the game has put them on to victory, which it had been for the entire summer when they're struggling. Things are finally starting to click together. The pitching's been good. The bullpen's been good, and they're getting timely hits.
Gavin Williams gets dinked. Looks like his worst outing of the season. Bullpen comes in outside of the solo home run that gave them the 6-5 lead, like in the 7th.
Yeah.
They were great.
Yeah.
So even when the star isn't there to hold them up, the bullpen picks up Gavin and says, we've got you, and they win the game in 10. It's unbelievable.
So you and I sat here various times in June and July, and I said, hey, the AL's open. They're fine. Season's long. And you said, no, don't buy the hype. Don't buy the hype. We argued. We talked about it.
I even said, don't do anything at the trade deadline, and had they not, we'd be long buried. Joe Adell has saved this club.
Yeah. A couple of weeks ago, whole family, we went to the Mets, one of the Mets games.
Oh, wow.
Our only trip to the ballpark for the year. They were winning. They didn't win. We're walking out, and I thought to myself, Jay was right all along.
Yeah, Jay wasn't right.
Took the bait.
Jay was never right
But
on
now
that.
we're in late August, and we're back, baby.
You are like me. That's funny. But you know what? I'm gonna parse all of that by saying this: they're probably going to get a playoff spot, but they're not going to make any noise in the playoffs. It's going to be the same old song and dance. I'm not going to say they'll be a wild card knockout, but they're not going to make it to the CS. The hitting, while better recently, is still not good enough to win in the postseason. I know the pitching's great, but we're also going to be facing great hitters, whoever we play. And that's been our formula for years, and it's never led to anything yet. And I still see they've how many more runs have they given up than they've scored?
Yeah, it's been an
That
absurd
season-
number all year long.
Oh my God, it's upside down. Everybody,
I still believe, I'll confirm right now, I believe they're still in the negatives.
oh, they are in the negative. They were like 40 in the negative.
They're -4 on the season.
What's
I was
that?
going to say they've closed the gap.
-4 on the season.
Okay, that's a big stat for me. As much as I want to believe, and I am excited, and I'll watch September baseball, and I'll cheer, and I'll cry, and I'm up and I'm down. But I have basically, and maybe probably it's because I'm all scar tissue. But what I've said to myself is, don't do it. Don't start thinking what if, because the what if never materializes. Not with this payroll, not with where we are in payroll, and not with where we are offensively.
You're not wrong about any of that, but isn't the AL as weak and as open as it's
Yeah,
ever
but
been?
even that, you tell me the Rays aren't as good as any of the top National League teams? The Rays are killing it.
Well, the Rays could be the last team on the bracket that they have to face.
They could.
Yeah,
we
they're not
also
gonna have
could
to
see
face-
them. We also could see them in round 1. So
Isn't it the stat that if they get in, they will only see one of the AL East teams?
No, I don't. I mean, we don't
And
know
that
what's
would
going
be
to
the
happen. Yeah,
ALCS.
we don't
If they
know
get
what's
in
gonna
as the
happen.
division
Yeah.
winner.
Yeah,
Division
if they
winner,
get in
okay.
as a division winner, yeah.
Right.
I mean,
2.5 out.
By the way, I'm
I'm on very little sleep today.
I said I'm excited. I still don't know that they can overtake Chicago. I watched Chicago's offense and I go, okay, I could get excited about that.
Yeah.
You got 5 guys in there that are going to hit 30 home runs this year, and are we going to have a guy that hits 30 home runs?
No.
I don't think so.
No, not
We have a
unless
guy
this
that has
run
20
goes.
home runs.
And the White Sox have 5 guys, and so I just don't see how ultimately. Now look, and we're going to talk about Stephen Kwan because is he in the second hour guy? Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like what his season has been like this year. And to prove my fickleness, I was like, what does he have to go to AAA? What's going on here?
Mm-hmm.
This
We're
guy
talking
looks like
maybe
he can't
Foley.
hit his weight. And then all of a sudden, now he's the best hitter in baseball since July. Not power hitter, but I'm just the best hitter since July. How do you answer that?
He couldn't have been healthy. That's right. There had to be something going on.
But I didn't. Did you see anything? I
No.
didn't.
And
He played every day.
right. Except when they had to bench him because he just couldn't hit.
Yeah.
Here's what I think it was. I think his agent whispering in his ear, you got to increase your power numbers to get the bag. And I think he suddenly decided he was going to be a home run hitter when he's not. And now he's gone back to just trying to, the ball is traveling deeper. And what does that mean with Stephen Kwan? He's going to left field. When he goes the opposite way, he's healthy. He's doing everything right.
And even before the breakout started, you started to see some better Quan at bats.
Yes.
Right? So some of those deep into the count.
Wasn't swinging at
draw
horrible
walk.
pitches.
Yes. And those are big, especially for a team that's so offensively challenged.
Yeah.
They leave so many guys on base. So many guys on base.
And you've heard guys say this a million times, and it couldn't be more true. One of the ways that you can break out of a slump, and to your point, that you can tell a guy is breaking out of the slump, it might not even show up in barrels and in extra base hits. It usually, the first thing to surface is better at bats. Seeing 8 pitches, fouling off a couple, not swinging he was swinging at balls, guys, that were 8 inches out of the strike zone. That wasn't Stephen Kwan. No. I kept saying in April and May, I'm like, I think he needs glasses. I think we found the problem. I think he needs glasses because he's suddenly the guy who had one of the best commands of the strike zone in baseball had no command of the strike zone. And I'm like, how does that happen overnight? He must need glasses. I hope at the end of this season he comes out and says, yeah, I went to the eye doctor. I've been wearing contacts since July 1st.
They Rick Vaughn him, put on the glasses.
He's got the contacts, so
you know
no one
what's
knows.
so good about this is even as we weave in and out of what we were really going to talk about, the question is, have you been reeled back in? And Jay Crawford, I think you've been reeled back in.
Sucker, I'm in.
Jump back on that boat, baby. He's ready.
No, because baseball is my favorite sport and because I want to see a Guardians championship even more than the Browns. And I love the Browns and I dream of them playing in the Super Bowl. And that's not a lie. I actually have had dreams where they're in the Super Bowl. But I love baseball more than any other sport. This city deserves a baseball championship. It's been almost 80 years, for crying out loud. Let's get over that hump. And this isn't the team to do it, I don't think. But I do see, when I look at what Ralphie's doing down in Columbus, and you look at DeLauder, who I think we can, I know we did this last year with Manzardo, so use the rubber stamp with extreme caution. But just watching DeLauder, he looks every bit of the major league star. DeLauder, I never thought did. In fact, when he ran Manzardo, when he ran the bases, I remember thinking when I saw him run the bases for the first time, I'm like, wow, I can't believe this guy's a major leaguer. He doesn't look like an athlete, doesn't look like a major league baseball player to me. DeLauder does. Ralphie is coming. He does. It's just these kids. Ganao looks like he's the real deal. Parker Messick is Cy Young contender. I just mentioned 4 guys who don't have 1 year experience in big league baseball.
Bazana.
And so I'm super excited about the future.
Bazana. You mentioned Bazana.
Yeah, Bazana, he's
been up
hot
and down.
Cold,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
He's been in a
It's his first
major
time through
fight.
it, but he has been.
And I'm not losing faith in him, but those aren't all-star numbers.
No,
even though
but
he was an all-star.
big
He
at
was an
bats
all-star.
come in the next 5 weeks, and hopefully beyond that. I still feel better about him being up than half the
Oh,
roster.
listen, I do too. How long did it take the Mets to give up on a guy that we needed 5 years to realize
4
couldn't
days.
play?
Yeah.
He was there fewer days than he was years with us, and they're like, yeah, this guy can't play. Someone picked him up too, didn't they? After the Mets got him.
So I don't know, you weren't here this day, but Bull, when he took off to take Aaron to Chicago, met Owen Miller who was just promoted from the Cubs AAA system
Yes.
to the majors, and Bull and Owen talked. He saw him in the hotel. Bull was like, I think I'm the only person in the entire world that would recognize Owen Miller.
He is.
Just got promoted.
He is.
He
I
said,
forgot
hey,
about
Owen
parents.
Miller, yeah.
he said he told Owen, like, hey, I do Cleveland radio, Cleveland sports talk. The only thing that Owen Miller asked Bull was, what's Arias' deal? Bull goes, they literally just DFA'd him yesterday, and Owen Miller kind of chuckled. Well, fast forward 48 hours-ish, the Cubs picked up Gabe Arias, and guess who got sent back to AAA?
Probably Miller. But
Owen
you know
Miller.
what? That's like, he can't play. He can't play.
Yeah.
He can flash,
Right.
but we've had a lot of guys that flash.
Sure.
And you look at them and you get intoxicated. Remember Big Christmas?
I was going to say John Kenzie Noel.
Yeah, I mean,
Oscar
we've had a lot of those guys.
Gonzalez.
Oscar
Yeah.
Gonzalez, we're like, oh my God, they're a big league star. And then they're hitting 177 and they're DFA'd. So
I lost friends
Arias,
over Big Christmas saying, like, this guy can't play. He just swings a nice bat sometimes.
he can't play.
No, he's out of baseball.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to show up selling Christmas trees on each night. All right, we're taking a break. I can't